Ladies, we've all got them, right? And it's not just the eyebrows. Sometimes it's the chin, sometimes it's the lip. But what's so frustrating is when you're trying to tweeze and the tweezers are slipping, they're breaking the hairs, they're not pulling them out by the root. Look at what's happening here right now. These are from Regine. These are slant tip precision tweezers. These are actually Swiss made by hand. It is a 40-step process. Every single inch of this screams effectiveness, luxury, would you ever think, in a tweezer? But this is the last pair of tweezers you will ever have to buy because you have a lifetime guarantee on these as well. Talk about getting to the root of the issue. Absolutely. Literally pulling out from the root. This is Fern Marcus, everybody. You run your own beauty business, and what you do is you find quality beauty items and you bring them to us. And so tell us the story of how you found these Regine tweezers.
These are literally the best of the best tweezers. These are the tweezers that will pull the hair out from the root. And about 20 years ago, I was working in an electrolysis office, and all the estheticians were fighting over this one pair of tweezers because they were so much better than all the other tweezers. They actually worked. Yeah. They pulled the hair out from the root. So I looked at the name, I saw the name Regine, I contacted the factory, I worked with them, I redesigned the tip on the tweezer, I made it a 25-degree angle so it works with the contours of the face, and I learned about them. They've been in business in Switzerland for over 100 years, making the tools for Rolex, for Cartier, for Longines, all ultra-high precision tools. These tweezers are all made by hand. 40 different hand operations by a trained craftsman go into making this tweezer.
So what does that equate to for us then as we're using these?
Right, so what we do an etching by hand on the interior of the tips. What that etching does, it creates a grittiness so that when you go to remove the hair, it pulls the hair out deep from the root. It will not slip on the hair. It will not break the hair. We temper our steel. That's a process that hardens metal. So these tweezers will never, ever, ever require sharpening. Completely different than any other tweezer on the marketplace. The tension is perfect. And extraordinarily, critically important, the tips are in perfect alignment. When it comes to cosmetic tweezing, if those tips are off by a fraction of a millimeter, they're going to fail. They will slip on the hair and they will break the hair. They will not pull the hair out from the root. And here's what's wrong with all the other tweezers out there in the market. They are banged out in a factory, not like our tweezers. They are made by hand. And you will never, ever, ever get the level of precision that is required for tweezing if they are banged out in a factory. They must be made by hand.
And this is a little detail about Regine. And to Fern's point, handcrafted for 3 generations. So this is a company that's been doing this for a very long time. They've got it down to a science. They supply tweezers for assembly of those luxury watches that we talked about. And it's a 40-step process. And all of that's great, but what does that mean for me? What that means for me and you is when you're sitting there, first of all, in that magnified mirror, which that's punishment enough. Yeah. Honestly, I want the least amount of time in front of that mirror. That means when you need to get a hair, you're gonna get it every time. There's no digging around. There's that one it just slips and then it breaks and then you're worried about an ingrown hair.
Oh, and
then you're spending more time than you need to. And it's not just the eyebrows. I mean,
the lip hair, the chin hair, you know,
even
chin
strays.
Oh, and the fuzz around the face.
I want to just do it one time and be done. I don't want to dig around.
And that's critically important because when you remove the hair from the root, you are doing it the most appropriate way. Number one, you're delaying the hair growth. Often the hair will come back finer. So this is really the best way to tweeze. If you're shaping your brows, and whether you like a meticulously shaped brow or if you just want to clean up a little bit, you really need a precision tool. And you want to tweeze one hair at a time. You don't want to tweeze off a bunch of hairs and then those brow hairs are not coming back. Yeah. That is the last thing. Or if you're dealing with lip hair or chin hair, this is the tool that gets the job done. Completely different. And I see you're pulling it out from the root.
I mean,
you were just on the first try. They are complete.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I see it, and I see the root.
Can we? We'll see if we can get that close. This is exciting.
They are really completely different than
really
any.
See it. Let me see if I put my. No.
I see the root.
Sorry, guys. It's there. It's there.
And on the first try. They are so different than any other tweezer out there.
Watch this animation, because here's the difference when you're trying to tweeze. And you want to get that root. That's gonna take longer to grow back. It's also going to be less painful because you're not digging around, and it's quicker.
Absolutely, and it's going to delay the hair growth. I think all of us experience with what we saw on the left hand of the screen. The tweezers slip on the hair. They break the hair. You have that Erin chin hair, lip hair, brow hair. You go in for the kill, and like you get nothing. Not the Regine tweez.
Oh my gosh.
Completely frustrating.
And how many of you, I bet if you run to your bathroom right now and open that drawer, you've got like a graveyard of tweezers because we buy them over and over and over again. Either I have some that have a gap, and so they don't even grab the hair, or they're misaligned like we're talking about, and they do this.
Most important.
Or there's no tempered steel, there's no etching going on, so there's no actual grip.
The alignment's off, the tension is off.
Throw them all out.
Absolutely.
What do you think you spent on all of those tweezers? If you just buy one time, the last pair you'll ever have to get, there's a guarantee, a lifetime guarantee from Regine.
We offer a lifetime guarantee on this tweezer. Like no one does this. Regine has been around for over 100 years, making the tools for Rolex, for Cartier, for Longines. This is luxury. We are so sure that you are going to love these tweezers, that we offer a lifetime guarantee, so that for any reason you are dissatisfied, you can always send them back to us. But I am sure you are going to love them. They are so completely different. They're really like a surgical implement. So after using them, I always recommend clean them with alcohol, barbicide.
So you can sterilize these, no problem.
This is like a surgical tool. In fact, in our factory, we make surgical implements, and the precision on this tweezer is even a higher grade precision than on the surgical implant.
Crazy?
You can sanitize them in any way. And every single tweezer is going to come with this red gummy end cap. This is not disposable packaging. Always put it on your tweezer, and those tips will stay in alignment, and you will have them for a lifetime.
These are a big, huge customer pick. So you guys go and read the reviews on these. I'm thinking gifting. Think of the girl who loves beauty. We all know the girl with the perfect eyebrows, or maybe it's a girl who could use some help with her eyebrows. Whatever the case, this is one of those practical gifts. Every time she uses it, which we use our tweezers all the time, she'll think of you.
I mean,
this video is everything.
Yes, this is actually my neighbor Alyssa. She has very deeply rooted hair, and look at that. She is getting every single hair from the root on the first try. She is not a professional model, and she really has the most difficult kind of hair to tweeze. And you can see with the Regine tweezer, every single time you get it from the root, it doesn't slip on the hair, it doesn't break the hair. It's really so different than every other tweezer on the market, and it really all comes down to how they are made. The bottom line is, if they're banged out in a factory, the tips are not going to have the precision. They will be misaligned, and you will slip on the hair or break the hair. They might work for like a week or two, and then just the very act of opening and closing the tweezer will warp out the tips. Not with the Regine tweezer. We temper our steel 2 times over.
And what does that mean when you temper?
It's a process where it hardens the metal, so these tips will never, ever, ever wear out. So this is tempered surgical grade stainless steel. This is like the best of the best of the best. I always say, like, everyone's like, what's so great about these tweezers? What's the difference?
Well, you try them out, and then you come back and tell us, because really, that's what happened with all our customers.
Oh my God, everybody loves them. It's such a huge, huge difference.
It's a great buy. It's a fantastic price point for the last pair you're ever going to have to get. We have it on 4 flex payments and free shipping and handling as well.
Awesome.
So thank you so much,
Enjoy.
Fern.
Use your red gummy end cap.
Yes, make sure you're taking care of it and storing it right. Thank you for coming in the lunch rush.
Oh, I love seeing you.
We'll
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
We're going to keep moving.